What up, peeps? It is Mundo in the house. Charlie, my brother. Jim, how you doing? Titan. Oh my God, you guys! Great to see you guys here tonight. Thank you all to be here with me, and we are gonna have a good discussion tonight. I'm so excited, man. Um, I can't wait till May the 4th, dude, because getting on with space and everybody, that's gonna be a whole lot of fun right there, man. So hopefully I'll be able to come on with them and stuff if the kids don't have anything. They started their kickball season, so I'm like, no. But I got to do the daddy thing, man, right? But let's have a good and fun discussion tonight, guys, because I want to get into it where we're talking about materials to make sabers with, right? And everybody knows that the bottom line, aluminum is, the base of every saber pretty much, right? I'm thinking myself, well, I mean, it's not the only way to make a saber. I mean, you've got the plumbing pipe type, you got wood, you got plastic. I mean, now saber bodies are even being 3D printed now, right? And you know, I mean, it's crazy how many opportunities, how many things that you can put together, and how many pieces like a puzzle can go together to bring what you in your mind bring to the door as far as saber body wise, right? Or even, I mean, just the hilt itself doesn't matter, right? Invasion of the saber body snatchers. Titan, I like that one, man. I like that one. Hey, and Charlie, that sword that you put out on that pick, man, that was sick, dude. That was a sick sword, man. I've always enjoyed katanas and stuff like that. I'm a collector myself as far as sabers and not only sabers but katanas, knives, and what have you. Will yeah, I collect it all, man. Even knives and throwing knives. I've probably got about a half dozen. Oh well, probably more than 2 dozen Chinese stars in my toolbox that I keep that I haven't put up yet. And I'm thinking what I'm probably gonna do is build a board for them. So uh, and then set them up somewhere eventually. I don't know yet. Um, the wife won't let me put them in our bedroom, so I might have to keep them here. Uh, keep them here in the garage. Might put them all over all over with magnets and stuff all over the refrigerator. I don't know yet. But let's get back to the discussion, man, of saber bodies and materials used. And as a matter of fact, um, I had earlier today, I had text some people. I was hoping that I could try to get Obi Dad Kenobi on, but he hadn't got back with me just yet. I'm hoping that he will, and I'd like to have him on as a guest, right? And get his thoughts on some stuff because he does pretty. I've seen quite a few of his videos, and they look pretty interesting, and his reviews and everything else like that too. So that would be a bit of a fun discussion and a fun person to have on the show here, right? Now, Jim and Titan guys, aside from, and you too, Charlie, aside from metal sabers, right? Have y'all gotten into any of plastic sabers? Maybe 3D printed sabers? Maybe um has maybe you let me you got nieces and nephews and if they're into Star Wars, maybe did you purchase some saber builders, from Walmart and stuff like that? Um Gotta tell you, it's funny because you see these saber builders, right? And then Disney has these that come out that into Walmart, and I'm thinking to myself, gosh, this plastic crap you can barely do anything with. But a lot, from what I seen in the transition of sabers, is that a lot of people started. with stuff like that, with the plastic stuff, and pulling all of the guts out of the plastic sabers and brought them into the metal hilts. I think that's how pretty much the custom stuff really started, you know? And the popularity became where like, hey, you can take this out, put it in a metal hilt, and you have yourself a real custom saber, right? And initially it was pretty good, but for what the at the time that it really started, and I would say probably, oh, what, maybe about almost 10 years ago, not quite that, but maybe. What do you think, Jim? But am I about right? Almost there? Close? Maybe not close? I don't know. Cuz when I hit up space and I saw space for the first time with the gray Jedi hilt, that's what kind of got me started. And in 2017, when my friend passed away, that's what really got when I got the bug bite for learning these custom sabers, right? And so, and in seeing things, and especially knowing that, let's see, Titan says I have a carbon fiber staff. The and my from Bendu Army, and the hilt is great. Oh, see, carbon fiber. There's another one. Charlie, Charlie. Carbon fiber is another one. Thank you, Titan, for enlightening everybody with that answer, man. Because I almost forgot about it, dude. Honestly, I almost forgot about the carbon fibers, but I was gonna bring it up a little bit later. But man, um, I'm glad you brought it up. So that's another great element and material to. I mean, because it's strong, right? The carbon fiber is pretty strong. I think now these days they're making all kinds of helicopters and quadcopters and everything like that with carbon fiber too. So real light but strong material. Great stuff though. Great stuff. And you know, I was thinking also that while I'm gonna be talking to you guys and everything like that too, I'm gonna be cleaning up some pins and everything. So I'll start on that in a little while. First, what I want to, and I'm gonna keep an eye on all the comments and everything too, so I can keep up with you guys. But forgive me because I'll be a little bit slow with things. My brain doesn't have that damn capacity of doing two things at once most of the time. So I'm gonna try real hard, but I'm at the same time I'm gonna be kind of working on these pins here. I gotta get these done, and I overdid it on these pins, and I let them sit too long. And if you see all that gunk on there, I'm gonna try to get all of this cleaned up during this session that we're talking about right now. But but going back to the conversation at hand, in terms of materials made, you know, some of the hills also that have come out, uh, steel, right? I guess the realism of a real hilt, right? People are thinking, well, maybe the hilt should be steel, and that's what it's should be, right? But most people, in my opinion, and not anybody else's opinion, just mine. No worries, man. I got this thing in the background while training. Love hearing this stuff. Oh, thank you, Charlie, man. Love you, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Um, have a good training session though, too, man. I hope you can. We'll keep your tempo up, man, so you can have a good workout, right? Um, so in do it like I was saying, going back to the conversation at hand, and steel, how in my humble opinion, okay, is that people wanted to feel the realism of the saber. And I guess as plastic was coming out, you could have the sounds, come out and everything like that. And after the sounds, we're like, man, this just it doesn't feel right. We got some of the sounds, but the hilt, it's not cool, man. It's not cool. And Disney decided, like, well, shit, we made the movie. Let's go ahead and pull out the merchandise. see what we can do. So they gave you some decent metal hilts, right? You know, the master replicas that came out, and then of course later on down the road the legacy hilts and everything like that, right? Cincy, what up? Cincy says I got a nerf herder. Oh, seriously, you got a Corcus? Ooh, Cincy, dude, I am so jelly, dude. Oh, it's on the way. Can't wait to get that stainless steel in my hand. Dude, Cincy, you gotta send me a pic of that, man. When you get the uh when you get it all done and everything, dude. Send me a pic, of of your chassis in it and all that, dude. I gotta see that, man. I really have to see that. That's gonna be so sick, dude. That is gonna be super sick. Yeah, man. Yeah, right. So stainless steel. Um, and like I said, most people wanted to feel the realism of the hilt. So as time went by, and of course you have the electronics, the technology got better, right? Um, as both the hilt and the technology caught up with each other, things just got better, 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 better. And in doing so, I think some people wanted to also come and do that like lost and found type stuff because in in the Star Wars era, I mean in Star Wars and in space, you're really you really have to scrounge and find things, right? And when you're doing like you use scrap flexes and so forth and everything like that, right? In space it's totally dirty and you have a lot of heavy metals going around and everything like that. Let me see. Yeah, here are my clippers. Okay. Um, let's see here. There we go. So getting some of this braid right here so I can pull out some of this old solder off and I can re-solder all of these pins and clean it up with the contact cleaner. Oh yeah, I tell you, I got some that this WD-40 contact cleaner is like freaking badass stuff, dude. Um, Since you're so lucky to get the Coracas, that's on my list. I'm hoping one day I will get one, man. But I gotta save up for mine. Maybe Benji will have it offered again one day. But for right now, I've got to get my goal. My goal for my next hilt is going to be the Lost Acolyte hilt. That's my next hilt to acquire. I want to get that one for sure before I acquire any other hilts at all. And then once I acquire that, then I need to make sure that I finish all the ones that I have here. I need to finish everything on my list in turn. Well, these are all personal sabers that I'm gonna be doing, right? As I explained before, that I'm doing all personal sabers first before anything else so that I can build up my portfolio, so to speak, in terms and really refine my craft of wiring and everything like that. So last night I started wiring up for Royboy. Last night I started doing the accent pixels, right? So um, right now as it's here we go. So this part of the chassis right here, right? This is going to go right up. It'll go right up in there. I don't know if you guys could see that. I don't want to get it too close and I don't want to get it, but that'll go right up in there with a little bit of screen mesh, right? And so that'll be a good accent lighting right there. And then of course you got the pins right here with the light up and all that good stuff. It was on mine too. As I saw a batch go live, I had to pull the trigger on it. Yeah, Cindy, I would too, man. I would too. but I had to pick and choose which one I really wanted first. And I was supposed to, like I said, I was supposed to get the Lost Acolyte for Christmas. However, it didn't pan out that way. Bills took over before anything else, and it's like I lost the money to bills, and I was like, no. So I got to start over, save up, and then get it, and then go back and start saving again for a Corcus, because I really do. I really want a Corcus, man. Um, and also eventually I want to acquire a curved hilt. I don't know which one yet, but I maybe a bad axe. I'm thinking. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking on all kinds of stuff, man. Let me see here and get that started. Oh, I mean, and there's some things where Charlie says, "Oh, dude, while on water break. Speaking of hilts, a few weeks ago, I got the saber from Star Wars Visions, the Ronin, and oh my god, I love it. Yeah, it looks up, feels like a katana, same weight. I saw that, Charlie. Yeah, I saw your vid, man, and it looks fantastic, man. It really looks fantastic. Um, the Ronin looked really well made too. That is just and some of the katanas, sabers look pretty damn awesome. I forgot who I was. There is an Asian gentleman that I've seen, and I don't remember who it was, but he makes some really, really kick-ass katana stuff, sabers, and oh my God, man, they are high dollar, high quality shit. But man, I tell you, the blinkies on that, whew, man, alive. But this guy's an artist, dude. And forgive me guys for not doing my homework and paying attention to who it was, but uh I think Nim something maybe. I know it starts but anyway, this guy's very talented, man, and his katana work. Charlie, if I find it, man, I'll show you guys next time or something, man, or I'll send you some vids on it if I find videos on them on who it is. And dude, this guy is like super super talented. The the katanas are outrageous. But you know who else does some outrageous katanas as well is Darth Alice. Darth Alice is a genius in himself because uh and I'm proud to know him, man, because he is super talented as well, and he's also started doing stuff um with the laser etching as well, for his hilts and everything like that. And I tell you, I don't think you can do well. I guess you can laser a lot of material and different things, right? However, and you know, Cole Weathers, he's doing some killer stuff on that laser etching as well. And there's so many talented people in this world that it's unbelievable, and it's so cool to see things like that art can meet. I mean, collectors' worlds. I tell you, a collector like myself and John, I mean, we go gaga over this stuff, right? I mean, my goodness, it's just it really, really makes my heart just go a flutter sometimes when you find some really cool shit like that. I mean, it may be out of reach, but sometimes it can be acquirable, right? It just depends on how adamant you are about getting things. Yeah, and the Dooku hilt, yeah, you need one. The Dooku hilt is, yeah, the Dooku hilt is pretty cool. I have to admit, it's pretty fancy. And I don't know, there was another show that I was watching, and Dooku was really kind of like a snobbish about his hilt, really, from what I hear on that show. I mean, I think it was a YouTube show. And do I not have any? Oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get out of the picture for just a second, but I know y'all can still hear me because my earbuds are wireless, so I need to uh grab a cloth so I can clean these as I go along as I get some of this stuff off here. And yeah, man, I tell you, look at that. Look at the difference, man. Look at that. Look at that junk. And this is one that I first started with, right? These pins, and I was really intimidated about doing things. And look at that. I'm gonna get all of this cleaned up real good. So by the end of the show, so plastic, right? Plastic hills in the Saber. Have any of you actually held one of those Saber builders or did those Saber builders? And have you have any of you actually pulled out any of that stuff, the guts from those, and actually putting into a middle hilt? There was a bunch of people doing that. And like I said, about seven or eight. How about you, Jim? Did you do that? Did you start off like that, or how did you actually start off? Right? How did you guys actually start off with the? Did you start off with the metal hilt? Did you start off with a plastic hilt? Did you start off with PVC? There's another one, right? People were making PVC sabers, and what's that? Chan something? Oh, dude, man, I forgot the name of the dude. That did PVC pipe sabers, right? And he was like, he did a pretty damn good job of it. I forgot who it was, but man, he did he did a lot of PVC pipe sabers, and he actually made some of those hilts that look pretty similar to the real thing, even though they were PVC and painted type. I mean, they were close. They weren't like exact or anything, but man, he did a pretty damn good job. Um, he was, and I think he's from the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think he isn't from the Philippines, but man, I think he was AC or something like that they called. Anyhow, he did really well with those things. I was super impressed when I saw those, and for it to be PVC pipe. I mean, really, dude, you could get away with making a saber for 100 or 80, what, 80, 90 bucks, really? And you can make it even cheaper if you pulled out all of the guts from those saber builders, put those into a PVC pipe, and there you go. You got yourself a PVC pipe with sound saber for under 80, 90 bucks, right? Man, I would not be brave enough. I would probably electric myself. Electrocute yourself. I wanted to do it. As a matter of fact, I went to Walmart several times because they were only 20 bucks. 20 bucks, you screw it up. It's not that big of a deal, you know? You could, I mean, that's the thing. For 20 bucks, you couldn't really, mess too much up. And I was like, oh, wow, have it that way. I mean, I could have it both. I could have it cheap with sound, and I'd be good to go, man. I was looking forward to doing it, but every time I went to Walmart to try to go get one of those things, they were all sold out, right? What does that tell you? When something like that is all sold out, how many people actually were going and doing that, right? And for Walmart to be sold out of that stuff that quickly, it was like, man. And then I got discouraged because they were always out of stuff. And I was like, well, man, okay, I might as well just stick with what I'm doing, what I've got, and eventually I'll get something good. And I still had the master replicas beta because right now I'm gonna be working on that too pretty soon as well. After Royboy, um, I actually started working on it. And talk about intimidating, right? Because the emitter, the 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 master replicas is an old one, an old three master replicas, and I finally got the the nerve, the balls, dude, to um to Dremel out the piece where to fit the TCSS blade holder, right? Let me see, and I'll show you. And see, and that's another thing that it's crazy is that both metal and plastic can go pretty well together, right? Um, Metal and plastic can go really well together, and it really it's such a funny combination because you wouldn't think that things look good, but then actually they do. So okay, so as I was working on this, I was all like, right now, okay, what do I do with this Vader Hill, and what am I gonna do? Am I gonna even work on part of it or not, right? So of course the blade holder is aluminum, right? All right. So we got the blade holder. I got the pins in there. I got the wires. Now what I need to do is find a little backing system, which means the targets and pins, and see if I can get actually the target to come and be right here. That way, when I get when I get the target and pins on here, and I can have my chassis system, since I already got the chassis right here, almost all the way done, right? I just need to put the LED right up in here, the LEDs that'll go up in here, light up the crystal chamber. And then these, I think I'm going to take off and put some the little 440 nuts on here, and then have like some kind of little holder right here where I can put the little pins that will go onto the target. Because as it is, and when I was putting the chassis in here, it looks like it's gonna fit pretty damn good if I can get these stupid wires to kind of. And again, materials is both 3D printed plastic, and of course the master replica hilt is metal, right? And again, you wouldn't think that both plastic and metal go good together. And of course, most plastic and metal things are electronics if you really think about it, right? And let's see, it should be right about there. Now, if you can see that, look how much it goes right up in there. And that is going to be perfect where the blade holder will fit, right? So I got enough room in there to play around with. And it won't, once I get done with it, nothing's going to move, man. Nothing will move. But I got to work it just right. It's going to be easier said than done. But yeah, man, it's a work in progress, dude. But again, plastic and metal, right? And then now, like, the carbon fibers, and then 3D printed 3D printed sabers. That is an amazing feat. Now, I've seen somebody, I don't know. Has anybody seen the 3D printed sabers with electronics in it? So far, I've seen 3D printed sabers, but no electronics in them. So, thank you, Charlie. That's I and so like I was saying. Remember, I was saying that I had to sand Dremel out. Oh, look at that! Look at that, man. And if you see that in the original part, right, you'd have all of this that was down, closed up a little bit more, and everything like that. So. Talk about intimidating, right? Very intimidating. It took me hours just to decide to do something like that. Hours because it is so damn intimidating of not wanting to screw it up. Felicia, what's up, Mama? She made it in. There was one that looked like the gift wrapping roll. It was cool. Um, oh, that looked like gift wrapping paper roll. A saber? Really? Oh wow. I have not seen that, but that's interesting. You see? So I'm glad you said something like that because I would have never guessed that someone would make almost like a paper mache saber. That would be interesting. A paper mache saber, but out of gift wrap paper. Hmm. My goodness, very interesting. Somebody with a lot of time on their hands, I guarantee you that, to come up with that. A lot of time on their hands. More time than I've got. Man, and see, look, I forgot a piece to go back in that box. Damn it. That's all right. I'll put it back later and keep working on these pins here. And so you also have, let's see. So we went through plastic, we went through carbon fiber, we went through PVC pipe, we went through stainless steel, and we went through both steel and plastic. And then um it's interesting to see that also you've got little parts that are plastic, you've got little parts that are metal, then you've got precious metal parts, right? They can go into the chassis, nicadium, rhodium, um, gold, silver, titanium. You have all of these precious metals that can go into the chassis, right? And make these hills like super, super expensive as well. But to each their own as well, and those that can afford it, and those that have to save up like me, and purchase their hilts a little bit at a time. And no matter how much, no matter what you do, no matter what hilt you go to or do, it's your own. I mean, it's yours. I mean, who cares what anybody thinks about it, right? Make it your own, dude. And the designs as well, right? They're your own. They're nobody else's. So why should anybody care about what they think? If you like it, you like it. If anybody else doesn't, it's okay. I mean, it's fine. It's cool. And nobody should really get offended if nobody likes it because it's not they're not the ones that are holding on to it, right? It's you, and if you like it, like I wouldn't mind like one of that saber from Visions Lop saber. I'd get one of those, but I'd get one of those for my daughter. I'd do it, and if I can acquire one, I'd do it. Adafruit, right? Adafruit. Oh yeah. And Adafruit's got some ingenious stuff. Oh my God. That lady, she is so talented. Oh my God, the stuff that she comes up with is just magnificent, right? 3D printed hilt with electronic. Oh, okay. So they did it, Jim. They did a 3D printed hilt with the electronics. What? I'm gonna have to check that video out. I really am, because I haven't seen that. Of course, I haven't really been on the Adafruit. deal in a while either. I've been just kind of like real quick peer into it, and that's it. You know, Felicia, I'll check that out after the show, Mama. Okay. Let's see. They did one 5 years ago. God dang, 5 years ago. Oh, is that when they kind of started with their Python stuff? I think, right? When they started with their Python uh what do you call it? My brain is just not working right now. Like I said, I can barely do two things at once. Um, the Python program. Oh, just after. Okay, just after. Because I had seen it and I started watching Adafruit stuff like when they first came out with those little LEDs that can go inside the clothes and stuff. But yeah, the Python code. And I was thinking to myself, Python code? What is that? I mean, I was not, I mean, I guess it was similar to a few things, but I wasn't sure exactly what it really was, what it entailed. So I kind of shied away from it a little bit. Oh man, that's it for this thing. Okay. Um, so I kind of shied away from it. The Arduino board, yes. Okay. So they started doing the Arduino board with it. I did see the Saber. They did one with the Arduino board, and then that was kind of interesting. I did see that. Oh my goodness. Um, it took a lot though. It seems like there was a lot of components for that Saber, right? That they did with the Arduino board. And, man, I swear, can't even hold things. Let's see here. I might have to put on. I'm doing all of this here on these pins with my not my old man hat here, and I should be doing it so I can see more clearly. But at the same time, it's like I want to be able to read the comments and everything. Hmm. And but yeah, Adafruit has come out with some ingenious stuff. They really have. And that lady is super, super, super talented in the things that she's done. Um, and it is so cool to see that in this day and age, though, a woman like her can really put stuff out the way, I mean, just genius stuff, in a male-dominant industry. You got some really cool people, though, come out. It's been really good, though. There have been some really cool hilts throughout the years. Really cool hilts. Mm. Vader's vault has a new Anakin. Oh, really? I need to check that out. I'm gonna look at that. I think eventually, I'm gonna acquire a hilt from Vader's vault. I will acquire a hilt maybe from GCS eventually. I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell. Um, I'm gonna try to get some specific pieces in terms of hilts, right? Simply because, that's not a whole lot of mola. Oh, a little too much there here. Damn. Oh, that pin finally went down. Okay, good. I hope I didn't put too much soldier all the way down. Soak it up, soak it up. Let me see. All right, that's gonna be done for that roll. Did it just come? It just came out. How long has it been out, Jim? Do you know how long approximately it's been out for? And I get emails. I get emails. I just don't check them too often because I'm so busy with all kinds of other things that um I kind of ignore like when sabers are coming out. And I mean, because I mean, what's the point of looking at them when you really can't purchase them right then and there? Oh, today? Really? A day or today? Damn. Yeah. But like I said, well, what's the point in looking at them when you can't purchase them like right then and there? Right? Okay, that's still good. A little. Okay, that's still springy. That's good. Not hard spring. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's gonna be like oh, what do you call it? See, right now at this point in time, I'm waiting for space to pop up with the little it's working video, right? Charlie says I seen a Darth Bane hill from there a while back, and I know if it's still there, but man, so awesome. Yeah, the current, yeah, the Bane is unbelievable. But I think not many people can afford what he's asking for it. And it's not. I mean, he should get what he wants for it because I mean, I don't. It probably took him a long time to make most of that. Most of the stuff there on it. And I don't know if it took him like maybe several hours, maybe several weeks, maybe several months, just to kind of come up with the concept and then the concept of the bone on it and stuff like that. Uh, a lot of this GCI's Hills, man, Rob Petkow just kills it on a lot of his sabers, man. Just beautiful stuff. And it's super, super cool stuff, man. I wonder if I hit him up and if he would kind of be gracious enough for 30 minutes to an hour of his time to come and talk with us on here on Civilized Sabers if I emailed him and see if he would come on. um the time difference for him though, I don't know if it'd be possible or because I mean we can accommodate him just like Cal, like we did Cal. Matter of fact, I would love to get Cal back on one more time. And has buy now, pay later. Yeah, Jim, but see, that's the thing. Eventually, what's going to happen is that people are going to want to buy now and they pay later, but I don't know. That's kind of iffy, man. For me, if I'm going to do something like that, I'd rather just save up the whole money. I'd rather save up the whole money and then do it all at once, because if something happens where I have to make a choice between paying the saver and paying, a bill, then the bill's got to come first. So, uh, that's the whole thing. So that's what kind of kills me, right? Um, now his and I've seen some kids make PVC pipe sabers, and of course, you've got the hardware store pipe sabers as well, right? You've got pipe sync, you've got all different types of metal pipes, full on metal pipes. What is it? Is it there's been several YouTube channels that have actually done different types of sabers from hardware store stuff, right? And even some interesting ones with PVC pipes as well. Like I said, not only the dude from the Philippines, but other people as well. Now they weren't didn't have any sound to them or anything, but at the same time, some of the designs were not bad looking either. Hardware store sabers? Yeah, Jim. I know, right? And I thought about making a couple of them here and there from hardware parts. But I'm just, it I don't know how to explain it, man, because I was like, I wanted to do it so bad, but then again, I was like thinking to myself, okay, I get this, or this is gonna fit, and there was just too many. Like, okay, here I got this. Is that gonna fit? Is this gonna fit? Do I put it together like this? And at that time, I really didn't, uh, I didn't have a whole lot of tools in my beck and call as far as even a Dremel, right? I really didn't have too much of a Dremel. I think I had one Dremel and that was it. And it was just like didn't have a whole lot of stuff. And I really was super, super intimidated. I still am. I'm super intimidated about doing this stuff, about cutting up things. Again, you know, I last week, last weekend, last Sunday, I got the balls and I gutted my Evo Flex, man. I gutted my Evo Flex. I got tired of this bitch not working. But come to find out, it's the battery that's bad, right? So I took the battery out and I tested the sound. Um, Actually, let me show you because I've got it in here. This is so funny, right? I'll tell you. So here's the Evil Flex guts, right? And you guys are gonna laugh at me because this is so crazy right here that I want to show y'all. And I was thinking to myself, okay, how am I gonna pull this shit off? I want to see if this thing is actually gonna work or if it's not gonna work, right? So and again, um I took the battery out because I kept plugging it in and the battery would just not charge, right? So the battery goes in this thing. So I've got the whole chassis. Hey Rich, how you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you came, man. I'm glad you came. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the Evo Flex guts right here. I took out the back. Remember, I told you I finally got the guts to take it out to gut it out, man. I'm talking about it right now, but it's crazy how I gutted it and took out the battery. And I was thinking to myself, so how am I gonna test? I was thinking of trying to test another what do you call it? So speaker, right? Because the Warlock, right? The Warlock speaker that I had here from TCSS went out. It crapped out on me. I couldn't believe it. I was like, it's a premium speaker. I just bought it. BK, what up? You got your drink? You got your drink, buddy? I got mine right now. Um, so like I said, the TCSS speaker crapped out, and I'm thinking, my God, I've only had this thing for a couple of months. I haven't even had it for a full year. There you go, dude. There you go. And I was like, man, I gotta have a speaker for the Warlock for the show because I've got to have the Warlock running for the show. So in another chassis, actually, and I don't think I have it in there, but yeah, it's put away. It's put away right now. But I had another chassis that I just put the speaker, and it was the dark speaker from Smugglers, right? And I was thinking to myself, now how am I going to test it out on here? Because I was like, oh well, shit. Okay, so I took the speaker out here, and I'm all like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop out the TCS speaker, and I'm gonna put the dark speaker from Smugglers in here, the dark side, and I'm gonna see it how it sounds. So when I pop this in, oh, it sounds so good, man. It sounds so good, and it just like it's badass, dude. It's got a really rich sound to
Keep firing, assholes!
it.
Keep firing, assholes!
Man, it's nice and loud too.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. I am your father's. Hate it when I get my short twisted.
Oh man, I love that font, man. The by fours, was such a great font, right? So going back to the Evil Flex though, and I had to test out whether that board was still working or not. And I was thinking to myself, okay, so I got myself, I've got an 18650 battery holder right here, right? I'm all like, okay, so let me try this and see if it's actually the battery. So I got the battery right here, and I'm gonna put it in just a minute, and we're gonna see if this thing still works, kind of, or whatever have you will, before I go back to those pins, right? And we're like, no, man. It's like, and I'm so intimidated for doing this. I really am because honestly, I do not have a lot of confidence in myself as far as destroying things, so to speak, tearing them up and then putting them back together. I was never those kind to tinker and then put things back together right. I always left things out. But as I've been learning to do these sabers and stuff like that, it I've gained a lot more confidence in doing certain things, right? And so let's let what we're gonna do, and I've got these alligator clips right here. So I'm gonna put. I got to remember that the short and they got two black wires for the battery. And this is what's crazy is that the black wires are for the battery. Well, the short one is the positive, the long one is the negative. And let me see. Let me set this straight right here. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and get that this way. I'll put that. And you know what's crazy about this though is that because you don't want to cross these damn wires and then zap everything because then it would not be good. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if I still do this thing the right way. Lone Star. I love that sound font. So cool, right? All right. So we got that there. So let's see if the guts for the Evil Flex even still fires up. Let's see. We got lights. Oh, I think I hear it. Can y'all hear it? Can y'all hear Vader? Oh no, can y'all hear it, or is it just me that I'm here? Okay, it lives. Better in the house. It lives. So the guts and the evil flex still live. So that means I would just have to change the battery, and I could put this thing back together, and it'd be okay. I don't know. I don't know. Should I just put everything back together the way it is and leave it at that? Or, nah, I don't think so. I think I'm going to put a better board in it. And I think I'm going to put these guts. I think I'm going to put these guts into the PVC pipe. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to put these guts in the PVC pipe build. Yeah. I bet it fits. I bet it would fit too. I would probably have to trim. I probably would have to do trim off the long parts to where the speaker is, so it sits in the pommel pretty flush, and kind of glue it inside to the part in there, and then make everything fit, and figure out another button system to it. Um, but yeah, I think. Well, we hear it. That's good. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it off with the. No. Okay. All right. So it still works. There you go. It still works. My goodness. Oh, get off there. Okay. Now I can. Don't want to touch these. Get out of there. So now I know that the battery is works and the battery is all good. So the Evo Flex guts work, and it's all plastic. It's a little bit of metal, right? And then of course you got the board right there, the Diadium 3 board. Ancient now, ancient board as it is now. And actually, like I said, the PVC pipe, right? It actually doesn't fit too bad in there because let's see here. Now, the only bad thing about doing this, and let me see, where is that other chassis part uh, for the battery here? So the battery uh, goes this way, and then, oh, no, it goes the other way. Okay, so it go that way, and then right up in here. Now, I, this is not too much a 3D printed chassis as it is probably a plastic chassis that got cut out, but I could be wrong. Uh, it could have been 3D printed, but it doesn't look too much 3D printed, but more like a piece of plastic that got cut like a puzzle piece, right? Let me see. I'm gonna fit. That's gonna go. Let's go back this way. That'll go that way, and take that off. We'll put this going through there. Do, 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 do. Oh, because it's not running underneath the battery. That's why. Let's see. How's it been going, BK? You making new fonts? Make any new ones coming out soon? Hope so, dude. Oh, as a matter of fact, dude, I was going through your fonts again, and I think I'm gonna. I know the Qui-Gon one is gonna be my next purchase, dude. I was listening to it, and it's like, you know what? I don't have any Qui-Gons in my library of fonts, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab one. Grab the Qui-Gon one, man. It's like, yeah, I need to grab it. Get it, Mr. Qui-Gon. I'm so ready to see Qui-Gon. I hope he'll appear to me. Where's Yoda? Yoda, are you hiding from me, Yoda? You were on the table over here. Where are you, Yoda? It's do or do not time, man. Right? See? So that part. Mm, hmm, hmm. So, okay. This is interesting. There we go. Do, 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 do. Oh, oh, it's super tight. Ah, see? There you go. Okay. So that is not going to work. Nothing new as of lately? Okay. No worries there, though. Right. So I'm going to have to figure this out. See? Now, a very interesting part that this will fit in here without the battery. So go figure. Might have to really figure something out here. Really figure something out. Because the rest of everything will fit in here, right? And of course I'm gonna have to make an opening for the button to start it, but yeah, that is nuts. That is nuts. So that is crazy. Alright. So I'm gonna take a button off and I'll have to probably make a new I'll probably make a new button thing with this. And I don't know. I may keep this just yet. I don't know. We'll see. So I might need to get a longer pipe. But if you see, there are the pins right there. And that is not a bad deal though. Too bad. Because seeing as I was saying, the plastic pieces right here, probably cut all of this extra crap off. So it sits in here. And if you see how it fits like that right there, so once I just get all of this off and just leave this round part in there, that should fit. Uh, I could probably get away with it just sitting in here in the pommel part of it, right? So it'll sit pretty damn close to here, and then the pommel will hold the rest of it in there. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to find out how it's going to work out. um, and I was going through some Godzilla fonts too, man. And I've seen all kinds of themed hilts too, right? But I do want to make a Godzilla themed hilt for myself, and I know how I want it, not how anybody else wants it. Um, and it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick, man. And I'm gonna have and I've heard some good Godzilla fonts, but not great Godzilla fonts. And I think for me, just in my the way I want a certain font for the Godzilla hilt, I think it'd have to be like the older version of Godzilla, not the newer version. I mean, nothing wrong with it. I'm not shitting on anything. So don't get me wrong. You know, um, all these other fonts are great. Don't you know? Don't twist anything there, because every font maker, to include UBK and everybody, that does fonts, I really highly respect the work because of how long it takes to make these fonts, how long it takes to get all the pieces and everything together, all the little sound bits, all the length of time that it takes to go through and do the swings, the clashes, depending on how many they are, and stop, start, and then everything that you got to do in between making these things. So, for anybody who is out there and all the newbies that listen to this, understand that the font makers, treat them right, treat them with respect, and make sure that you pay their way because without them the Sabers would just be silent. I mean, seriously, the Sabers would be silent. I mean, that's all. I mean, you'd have flashlights and glow sticks with no sound, no nothing. I mean, that's I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have like the almost close to reality of what we see in the films. So, um, and there's so many people out there. There's so many font makers out there, great font makers. Um, and it's so fun when you have some good stuff, right? Chaz, yellow heart, red, uh, yellow heart, red. Okay. And let me see. I'm getting into fonts, and I need to stay with the with the hilts. BK. So when you were starting out with your sabers, I mean, I want to get your opinion here. Did you ever think about getting the plastic like saber builders, pulling out the guts and doing those yourself? Um, did you get straight into metal? Did you how did you go about getting into the custom lightsabers as far as like getting the bug and start? Did you do PVC? Did you do or just straight metal? Did you do plastic? I mean, there's all kinds of things, right? So as the materials come, and I'm thinking, my God, I've seen some even the uh gold hilts, right? Nah, just buy empty hilts and send them off to installers and let them worry about it. Yeah, okay, okay. So yeah. Um, so and I've always thought about uh like I was saying earlier, right? When it was first starting like to hit like super big, and you got the Saber builders and all of these Disney plastic hills that came out, and people were talking about gutting them and throwing them into the hills, and you have yourself a custom Saber, right? And then everybody started doing it, and then it just kind of snowballed from there at that point. And so I was, I'm fascinated how far some of these hills have gone to include, the actual old hilts, right? Like the old true tried and true Graflexes that have come out. Um, I think, now they're making like gold plated stuff, right? I mean, my God, how many um how many things have come out with some precious metals? How many hilts have come out with precious metals besides just the chassis themselves, right? And look at Divinium Customs, man, for the chassis that he builds with the precious metals and everything. But not only that, I mean, building straight out steel, I think his hilts are steel and stuff too. But the amount of detail that he puts into his work is phenomenally, unbelievably badass. I mean, just my gosh, I mean, worth his time, right? And like I said, you really have to have good patience, and especially the intricacies that he has into the chassis. And if he makes metal or any kind of precious metal into the chassis, how long it takes just to bend those pieces just right, how to do certain things just right. And it's like, man, impressive, most impressive, as Vader would say. But yeah, I am not even close to that. I probably will not be close to that. And it's okay. I probably won't get as good, but I'm okay with what I do, what I can do, and what I will do. And I do enjoy watching others, with good work. I mean, I tell you, Benji and Jeremy and um, Sora, Rob, Sotomayor. I mean, my goodness, these guys have been killing it with their stuff. And I was like, oh, at times, man. They're just coming out with some great hilts, great chassis, and great things. Matter of fact, I invited Rob tonight, but he's got other commitments, which is cool. Like I said, and I'm always going to always invite, always an invitation, never a have to is the way I see things here. you know. And I love it though. I mean, talking Star Wars is so fun for me. I hope it's fun for you guys. I certainly enjoy it. And one of these days, I hope to meet people face to face and come and have a beer face to face and talk Star Wars straight up, man. That, but that's a basis for this show. Yeah, you see smoke? I'm cleaning some stuff off, man. I'm getting this thing better. Good stuff. Yeah. Oh, BK, like I was saying at the beginning of the show, man, this is some pins that I did when I was kind of first starting. And look at that awful job. So I am actually fixing my awful job. So I've got to use a lot of flux and a lot of this to suck up that old bad soldier and really get these pins to the way they should be. And and then try to get it tested out and everything because I've been letting this lay around too long, and I'm not gonna let it lay around anymore like this. I've neglected it, and I'm not anymore. So, as I was saying, I have a hard time doing several things at once because my brain just doesn't register it too much. And oh god damn, the hell, had a little old spider come up on me. Where's Miss Muffet when you need her? She is nowhere around. Yeah, I should be like Cheech and Chong. Breathe deeply. Titan's ready to kill me off. He's ready to collect that insurance money, man. He's at breathe deep. I need, if there's gonna be smoke, man, I need that wacky tobacco, dude. I've never done that shit in my life, but I tell you what, as I'm already gonna be 50 years old, shit, I might as well do it once in my life. Might get rid of some of this back pain, you know. Now I'm not endorsing it. I'm not endorsing it whatsoever. So, kids, don't pay attention to this. It's not good, you know. Wait till you're old and hurting, then you can do it. No sense in doing it while you're young. Yeah, get medical reasons why you're doing it. But then again, maybe I'd sleep better if I did it. I tell you, the secret package will be in the mail from non-disclosure. Sounds good to me, dude. Cali Ganja. I love you, man. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna call you up. BK, I'm gonna call you up. Hey. Yep, the CBD. I thought about it, Jim. I really did. I really have thought about it, man. And Tay goes, hilarious. I've been smoking pot all my life. Shit. I was thinking, look, see, I'm a foodie, man. I was thinking like the brownies, dude. I heard the brownies or something else too. But yeah, I mean, I may have to talk to work and say I'm gonna get medical shit, you know. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna start using it for my back because with back problems, man, I tell you, it's even gotten into my shoulders now. So it's like, fuck. Oh well, can't retire anyway. Might as well do something to alleviate some of the pain and get myself fixed up, right? Well, I'm already losing weight and everything else on top of that, so shit, doesn't matter. I think I just need to catch up with the rest of the gang here. Oh, I know, man. Titan, I know. It's legal almost everywhere, and they're supposed to legalize it here in Texas, but they haven't yet. You know why they haven't legalized it here yet? It's because they haven't taxed it yet. These greedy bastards out here, I tell you. Greedy congressmen, greedy, council people and all that shit in Texas. A lot of people come to Texas, right? We got weed dispensaries on every other corner, like Starbucks here in Cali. Now we have the CBD stalls here, and I could get the CBD stuff, yes. But I don't know if that would work as good, right? As the real shit. I mean, it could be, but yeah. Now, kids, I'm not endorsing drugs whatsoever. Disclaimer here. I'm telling you, be nice. Don't go run and tell your parents, hey, he's wanting to smoke weed. No, I have not. And I am ashamed to admit it that I did not do it when I was younger. I've been offered several times, several things. I just didn't do it. A lightsaber pipe. There you go. That would be badass. Now, BK, I was in a place where they had pipes and I saw a Yoda one. I saw a Yoda pipe, dude. I was laughing my ass off with it. And I was like, dude, I should be getting that. I should get it just for shits and giggles, dude. Honestly. For shits and giggles, I should be getting one of those. Imagine smoking out of a Graflex. Oh, and then you would hear the ignition right when you light it up. You have to hear the ignition if you light it up, dude. You can't have a Graflex bong and not have it ignite. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you might as well go all the way, right? A lightsaber bong that has the ignition. Woo, man. Come on now. That would be epic. That definitely would be epic, right? I'd buy that for $1. Y'all know where that's from. I hope. I hope y'all know where that's from. That quote. I don't want to get any red flags up on here. So far, I hope I've not done too bad in not getting Anthony some red flags for the shit that I pull. You know. So far, he seems to be pretty. Yeah, Jim. Jim got it. Yeah, us old fogies got it right away, right? Let me see. Man, my brain is like, no. Where? Ah, Yoda's hiding. Ah, there he is. Yoda's hiding. Okay, Yoda, I'm gonna get you down. I'm gonna grab you down. Come here. And you know what? I got a Vader piggy bank. One of these days, I'm gonna pull it out from my room and bring it out here. And Vader says that impressive, most impressive. But you are not a Jedi yet, right? What do you say to that, Yoda? It always is. That's why everybody's here, man. The Force brings us together, right? Okay, well, I did try. Everybody came. I did. Right? Yep, I did. What do you think? Yes? No? Maybe? Yeah? Okay, fine. He's speechless right now. Poor guy. He does his words and then he's like, fuck off. I said my piece. No, I have spoken. Yoda has spoken. Titan goes, you're coming with me, dead or alive. That's right. Can you imagine if RoboCop had a saber? I think that might be a badass idea for somebody to do a RoboCop saber, but it would be way out of universe, right? Be fun, but out of universe. Oh no! Would you grab one if somebody offered a RoboCop help? Would you guys go for it or not? The one that came out of his leg like his gun? Well, yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea, right? I mean, I would say you could probably cut the barrel out and turn it into a saber. I would think, right? I don't know how it would be. Or they would maybe make like they did the Mandalorian saber, like his helmet, right? What did y'all think of the Mandalorian hilt anyway? I mean, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was okay. It was cool. Okay, BK, have good, man. Peace and chicken grease. Have fun, man. Have a good night, bro. Thanks for coming on, dude. Love you. Yeah. Um. So, what do you think, man? What do you think? Do you think that? That if somebody offered an out of universe saber like that, would you guys decide to purchase it just because? Or would you just kind of like, no, I think I'm gonna stick just to all of Star Wars? I would say for shits and giggles, man, I would grab it. I mean, I wouldn't consider it as far as like anything else in terms of um within any universe of any kind except for, because we know that RoboCop wouldn't have a saber anyway to begin with, but the technology that they were coming out with, the technology that they were doing, Great American Hero Saber. Now you Titan, you know that's an old show. God damn. Oh man. That might be see now that might be possible, right? Seeing is that they're alien that where he got the suit from. So that is very damn near possible to acquire. I mean, that would make more sense. Yeah, I guess that would make more sense than the RoboCop one, right? Now, let's go back into universe. Now, who would you who do you think could have benefited better that was in terms of non-saber people or could maybe benefit better from, let's say, a curved hilt as opposed to their straight hilts, right? That would be interesting, right? To see if any. I know that there was a few Jedi that had, a curved hilt. Very few, very few. I mean, it was mostly Sith that had the curved hilts. But well, see, because Dooku was a Jedi before he became bad, and his Finn needs a saber. I think he does too. I think he does too. Why would you introduce a character? Why would you introduce a character that has some knowledge? Well, not an understanding of the Force, but has some effects of the Force. He just feels the Force, or he feels whatever he feels. So they're showing that he has Force abilities, but they're cutting. I think they're cutting his character very short. And for what reason, I don't know why they would cut his character that short in terms of I don't know why they wouldn't pursue of those a lot of those stories like that because I mean it's like they stop at certain things in the story and then they just blah, that's it. Why do that? But I totally agree, Titan. Yeah, Finn definitely needs the saber. He definitely needs the saber. Let's see. We're getting there. It's looking much. Oop, there we go. It's looking much better. It's getting there. A little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. Just keep spraying and cleaning and getting all this old soldier junk off. Get it as close to really good as I can using the rag right now. Um, so Ray ended up with his saber, and we know that Finn should get a saber. And Leia's place was taken over. So we have our general, we have our Jedi, but who do you think's going to end up coming? Oh, Uh, you remember that dude that before that explosion of the ship, you see him running to the window. Do you think he's gonna be appearing back into the next film as the bad guy? What do you think? I'm thinking he might because right before the explosion, when you see him there at the window and you see that explosion, I'm thinking that I'm thinking somehow he got out. If he served that emperor and there is just something that they were just kind of trying to go around, but how he did, you know, how he was. Um, I think if he got a hold of one of the other Inquisitors, Sabers, I think he might end up becoming the bad guy, right? Oh, speaking of, also, almost forgot, man. Back on topic here. I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun a little bit. Back to there should be a rogue band of mercenary Jedi Jawas. Titan. That's a great concept, though, man. I don't think there. I have to read up on stuff, but I don't think there was ever a Jawa Jedi. But that would be an interesting concept, dude. That would really be an interesting concept. A Jedi Jawa. Wow. I don't know, man. That would really be interesting. Um, going back to the task though. Oh, with Yoda size sabers. Yeah, they would have to, man. I think anything bigger than that would be probably. I don't think they could handle anything other than that size of saber. Yeah, I don't think they could handle anything bigger than that. Now, well, it depends, I guess. I guess it depends, but more or less, I think they couldn't. But that is definitely an interesting concept. Now, how many of you guys would actually put wood, like real wood, on your sabers? Like in terms of like, I know that uh Gunji, the Gunji sabers, are made of wood, right? Now, I don't. I think there's that only that saber that uses wood, like real wood, or maybe wood veneer or something like that, right? To make it look like real wood. But I've actually seen some woodworkers. I've seen some woodworkers that actually made, non-functioning hilts, but they've actually made some hilts out of wood. One gentleman used his lathe, and I saw the process, which was very interesting to speak, right? And I think he made Luke's saber, the crazy Uncle saber. I love it when Nerf Herder puts on the wood veneer on the saber handles. Yes, the wood veneer is freaking awesome, man. It really looks good. It really looks good. Um, and I believe that's the Odin hilt, right? I think it's the Odin hilt. In search of the rescuer empty. There you go, Rich. Rich goes, he's in search of a rescuer empty. And I tell you, wood is and I still have yet to see more, um, more hilts made out of wood, right? Rich says I made a chassis for it for someone, and I'm kind of wanting one. Laugh out loud. Well, Rich, do it for yourself, man. I mean, you got all the tools to do it. You can do it for yourself. Ain't no one stopping you, man. I mean, and Rich does so well in the chassis stuff. You know, Rich, have you? I wonder if anybody would actually make. Oh, the rescuer. Okay. I wonder if anybody would ever make a chassis out of wood and how it would be. I mean, wood is probably not a good idea because it does conduct energy. I guess it um conducts energy or electricity, right? I mean, seeps through it, but man, I don't know. Would it how would a chassis of wood be as opposed to the 3D printed, right? Plastic, right? Would that combination ever work? As a Jedi Arm Stealer would be my guess to make one, right? He would. He really would, man. I mean, I was as many chassis and different stuff that he does. He probably he'd be probably be one to pull it off. But I mean, it would have to be a lathe based type, and my God, it would probably wood watchers. It would be amazing though to see something like that come to life, right? Like I said, there's all kinds of materials out here. I mean, and like I said, like the carbon fiber, the PVC, the metal, the plastic, I mean, just the aluminum, the precious metals. Um, probably make a freaking 18 karat gold saber somehow, right? But I don't think that'd be possible because the conductor of electricity is really high with gold. It'd be almost. I mean, I think for somebody to do that one, that'd probably be like it would be just like what you probably could. The minute you put a battery in it, it just kill it, kill that board very quickly. I think. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I think it would kill. No different than the other metal chassis. Yeah, I'd say I agree with that, Rich. 100%, dude. No different than any other metal chassis. The only issue with the Gold Saber would be a Bluetooth module. Yeah, I think that Bluetooth module would go through really well, man, because that gold metal would really um get those airwaves out, man. Nail polish to protect it. Yeah. And it seems to me like a lot of people are using nail polish to protect a lot of things lately. And I find that kind of interesting as well that um I wonder who first discovered that. I mean, Orthodox really, because I mean, who's the lucky dude that got his wife's nail polish and said, "Honey, I'm gonna use this and see if it works." But a rubber pad, yeah. And that guy probably said, "Baby, I'm gonna have to buy you, two or three nail polish things on top of that. I'll use your half used one, but I'll buy you like four more, right?" That would be funny. I mean, you gotta be like super brave to ask that. But if she's a Star Wars person, just as you are, yeah, that's not a problem. Not a problem. And it would be kind of cool to see though. It would really be cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh, time flies so fast. My goodness. Man, has it really been that long, dude? And y'all been listening to me blab and blab? Wow. My goodness. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here with me so much, man. I had a lot of fun. I thought it was a good topic for tonight, man. And hopefully sometime soon I can get Obi Dad Kenobi on here and a few other different guests that I'm looking at. And maybe hopefully we get a chance to get Robert Sotomayor on here, when he has time. He just got back in the groove. His store's up now, up and running. It's got some cool stuff on there. And there's some there's a lot of good things coming around. So hopefully we'll have another good show next Mundo Monday. So uh Jim, Rich, Titan, Felicia, man, thank you guys. BK, I thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. Um, and Charlie also, if you guys, I tell you what, for the newbies that are listening in, make sure you guys like and subscribe to Space Window, Civilized Savers. They make it possible for Mundo Madness Monday to come on, and I tell you, Mundo Madness Monday, like I said, wouldn't be possible without Space Window and Civilized Sabers. And Cinzy, thank you, man, for coming on as well. Also, if you guys, and this is for newbies, I know you guys here know, but for the newbies, if you like to come on, if you guys got topics that you want to talk about, and that's an invitation for everybody, right? Hit me up at _Cabrera, CABRERAIII at yahoo.com. Let me know what topic you want, and also if you want to come on the show, let me know, and I can send you a link for the show, as well as on Instagram at Mundo Cabrera 7007. You can also that's also my piggyback uh, YouTube channel. So give that little area some love. It's like I don't get as many, I don't get any views on that one as I do here. So I'm gonna have to go back and look at those and see I'm gonna have to build that channel up. So at that point, guys, I love you guys. Y'all have a good night. I want to brand out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and talking. And Mundo gonna be branding out here if I can find it. Peace.